Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
I know a lot of stuff happened this weekend that we're going to talk about in a second, but the biggest thing that happened to me over the weekend, biggest thing, no matter what anybody else says, it's that I finally made a recipe I saw on TikTok and followed it exactly, and it was freaking amazing.
All right, so first I want to just make the point that I'm really happy Bailey's in here with us.
Oh, yeah, and
today.
Bailey's here too. She's back.
So,
oh, yeah.
Hi, Bales.
I'm the second note there.
That's right.
Right?
TikTok recipe, way more important.
That's
Way
what he's
more
gonna
important.
Lead with for the love. Let's just real quick, just a refresher course for anybody who maybe doesn't remember who Bailey is. It's been a minute.
Who, her?
Her.
I don't know her.
But most famously from Halloween, because had the best DVD ever from the Stanley Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which was the I Can't Breathe. Is it that one?
Yeah, that one.
Right. Yeah. Is it I Can't Breathe or I can't?
I think it was Let Me Breathe.
Let Me
What we
Breathe.
heard.
Yeah, it was Let Me Breathe. Yeah, very creepy.
Still scares me.
So, right? And then also you, when we first met you years and years ago, you came on doing movie reviews for us.
Had a blast
very
doing
exciting.
that. That was
Yeah.
6 or 7 years. It was great.
It was several years. Yeah, it was. And so once we come in and do a movie review and give your
and we knew you left to go work for B2 Interactive or Hurrdat
Squared.
And so then when we come, we are now part of Hurrdat, and you're here. It's like all bands back together.
I can't get away from you guys.
Well, and literally back together because you don't even live in Omaha. And I walk into the kitchen a little bit ago, and I looked at her. I'm like, I thought I had a stroke. I'm like, are you in person? Is this 3D hologram? But yes, you're actually here for the week.
You're at one of the flagship satellite offices, right? And so really cool to have you back in town.
Yeah, it's surreal, honestly, because I come back and I'm like, I remember where everything is. I haven't lived here in 3 years.
Right.
And yet, there's my favorite haunt.
Right.
I'm just going to pop in.
And there's a lot of new stuff probably too that you've noticed too. The building is crazy how much stuff has changed. Every once in a while I lift my head up and look around when I'm driving. I'm like, oh crap, where'd that come from?
Just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really crazy.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Good to have you back.
in
So
here.
back to Pat's topic.
Back to the more important stuff.
What was this recipe? I'm curious.
It actually wasn't that crazy, but it was really good. It was this lady just made steak cubes. This sounds stupid, but it was called steak cubes. But it was in an air fryer, and I've always wanted to nail an air fryer recipe because an air fryer is brilliant, genius.
Yes, they are.
So it was just you get steak, like some top sirloin or whatever. No, New York strips. Got some New York strips. No big deal. And
Those are very different.
Cut them into, they're very different. And then just cut them into 1-inch cubes. And then there's the recipe of the seasonings and stuff that you marinate these things in for an hour or two or whatever. And then put them in 400 degrees for 7 minutes. And they come out perfect medium rare, more pink than medium.
Right.
And with some green beans and Parmesan cheese and garlic. It was amazing. And the whole dinner was done in less than 10 minutes.
Right.
And it was fantastic. And
I've used several of
amazing.
the recipes that are on there. I've tried several. And one of them with chicken. It's in a crock pot with that high protein pasta, right? And then some tomatoes and this and that and a little bit of everything.
Good
and
stuff.
Just put it in there and oh my God. And so, it's delicious. Love that.
Some of those recipes go so fast, though. It's like, no, I can't. Oh, I can't catch up.
I know, because they
Pause.
want you to watch them over and over again for the stupid
Smart.
algorithm. It is kind of smart.
Hit pause.
It pisses you off.
Hit pause.
But
I'm
I did
just
say
telling you.
multiple times on Saturday to my wife, at the one point, she's like, you realize how many times a day you say this? And I said, no. So I saw on TikTok, that's what I say. She's like, you should not, you are almost 48 years old. You should not be saying that. And I do 4 or 5 times a day this weekend I said that.
Oh my God.
She rolls over in bed and Pat's just scrolling through TikTok.
Watching cats. And I don't know how I got into the algorithm of is it HMSMR or whatever the sounds?
Oh, ASMR.
ASMR.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't like that. I've never searched that. But now all of a sudden in my algorithm, there's these girls with combs going on the microphone, super slow.
Oh, I would
one of them was like
delete
this.
the whole
she was,
app.
She was going like this.
Oh, God.
With her mouth, I swear.
We already have a problem with your For You page.
It's effed up.
Anyway, because he follows his daughter and some of her friends.
So you've got
it's
teens.
It's rough. I've got. You would think that I'm either an alcoholic, diabetic. I'm on keto. I'm a 13-year-old boy. There's my algorithm is really messed up. It's all over the place.
You have to purposely go look for other content to keep it confused,
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's
just go out of your way and be like, yes, like, I don't have a cat, but I'm going to look at cat litter stuff. And then it's just like the algorithm's like, I have no idea what's going on there.
Who is this person?
Let's do this. Yeah, that's a great idea. Over the weekend, just got to say, are you a Yellowstone fan?
I haven't watched that yet. Is it good?
I haven't watched it.
Is it good? 14, almost 15 million viewers for the new season.
Oh, wow. Is that on Paramount now?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Watching episode 3 just dropped last night. So the first 2 episodes came out last week, and then episode 3 last night.
Of season 3?
4.
4. Okay.
Season 4. And yeah, fantastic. They had to readjust the numbers because at first they were saying it was like 9 million, but then they realized no, 9 million watched season 3's first episode. Almost 15 million watched season 4's first episode. It's crazy.
It's crazy that it's like in season 4 and I'm like, oh yeah, I just now heard about it.
Yeah, I know, me too.
What is this? But I think a lot of people did. That's why so many people showed up. Taylor Sheridan is the guy that wrote it and created it and all that good stuff. So of course,
can't just let it be. Taylor Sheridan writes it. It can't just be, that's who does it. Nope. She has to research his blood type, his whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go look at this guy and see what the heck is up with him because he's an accomplished horseman. That's what makes it intriguing. So
I'm
intrigued
intrigued now.
Right? He shows up in this episode and he's riding cutting horses. And he's going to be that character that is helping them develop their horse line because they're going to get into horses because of other events. I don't want no spoilers. But anyway, he's going to be that character. And he's really good in front of the camera. And I'm like, well, what is this guy start? He started on Sons of Anarchy. He was one of the characters for like 3 seasons. And then he ends up writing movies. He's either the writer or director for Sicario, Hell or High Water, Those Who Wish Me Dead, Wind River, which was a great movie.
Yeah.
And Mayor of Kingston that just started. And that started on, I think it's on Showtime. I'm not sure. It might be on Paramount too. But anyway, and that's a Jeremy Renner that is starring in that one as well. But he's a part of all of those. And he's just like going up the ladder. And he started as actor, and then he was a writer, and then co-creator, and now director, co-creator, writer, and producer.
He's banking.
And he went by Ty Sheridan. I was like, when you said Taylor, I was like, I wonder if he's related. It is him.
It's exactly the same person.
Okay.
It is him. He started off as David Hale on Sons of Anarchy, and then he was Danny Boyd on Veronica Mars, early 2000s.
Wow. What a rap sheet.
Right?
Right?
Rap sheet. Yeah, total rap sheet.
Crazy stuff. And so the spinoffs, 1883 is with Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and Sam, can't say his name, Elliott. That's that spinoff. So that's prequel. And then the other one is going to be called 4 Sixes. 4 Sixes is where the horses are going to be, and it's going to be a ranch in Texas. But this ranch really lives. It's like 350 million acres. Or 350,000 acres.
Well,
sorry.
like the whole planet?
350,000
Do I live on that ranch right now?
I apologize. He bought it for $350 million.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Sheridan bought it for $300
Just for this show?
Just for this show.
That's crazy.
He just bought it. So it's 350,000, about the size of Austin is what they said it was.
Good Lord.
And so he bought it, and that's where this new series is going to take place. The 4 Sixes is what it's called.
Are they looking for like crew members who can just like pet
Right?
the horses all day? Because
That's what I'm
petters.
I'm
Horse
a horse
petters.
Right?
There's got to be a union for that, right?
I'm sure
Horse
there
petters.
is.
You just like show up and I'm like, all right, boss, what do you want me to do
Horse
today? Pet that
fluffers.
horse? No, that's a whole different thing.
that's true.
That's whole different
I think that actually probably exists,
there
though.
is
Oh, it totally does.
It totally does. Totally does. But that's the other thing, too. All the horses on Yellowstone are his.
That is so
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
The horse girl in me is just like screaming right now.
Right? The more I find out, the more hooked I am. So just going to leave that there. So there you go. But anyway, that's what I did this weekend. And Dexter's back. New Blood.
Oh, yeah, the new show.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's a lot.
Everything's coming back.
It's true.
What's old
Bailey's,
is new again.
Bailey's coming back.
And
Dexter's
Bailey's back.
Yeah.
Sex and the City's back.
Right?
Like,
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, I can't believe that.
When does that start?
I don't think it started just yet. I think it premiered.
And it's without Cynthia Nixon, right? Or
No, without Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. That's right.
Because she and SJP are not buds.
Getting
Yeah.
along, right? Okay, that's one of those Mandela effects. Sex in the City. Mm-hmm. Because people remember it one way or the other. Sex in the City or Sex and the City.
I was corrected once saying that it's Sex and the City, and so then I remember it now. But I always thought it was Sex in the City. Yeah.
Because the and the city, as I have been told before, is, the city's one of the characters.
Oh,
Just so dorky.
so dorky.
It's like, yes, sex is one of the things, and then the city is
And
the
the
other.
City.
Yes.
Sex and the City.
But it makes sense as in the city, too.
It does.
So.
Sex in the City.
Because they did have a lot of that. in the city.
Oh, there was. It was
So
it was
much.
mostly in the city,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so there you go. There's that. That's what I bring.
Adele was. Did you guys watch Adele last
Oh my
night
God.
with Oprah?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I just went back and watched the clips of her singing. Sorry, I didn't watch any of the interview.
The interview was like whatever, like because what you're getting. Like there's certain answers, certain questions you get, whatever. So it's not like you're gonna get anything breaking. But it was. I watched that too. But this isn't breaking news. She's unbelievable. Like her voice, because she hasn't performed forever. She's been kind of off the radar. But seeing her perform in kind of that live situation, it's like just effortless. Her voice.
Okay, let me just-
It's unbelievable.
Is her personality on stage? I got to be honest. I never saw a full performance of her pre-weight loss. Is she different on stage?
Not really.
I don't think so.
She's always been like super
Very
confident and
comfortable.
very funny and
Yeah.
just
Yeah, very comfortable.
Dropped an F-bomb in like the first 5 minutes.
Very
last night?
British, yeah.
Very British.
A British F-bomb. That's
Yeah.
even better. Oh my God. Yeah, she was. I did. I went back and watched just certain, like when she sang to the couple and the proposal and all that good stuff. And she made light of it. Kind of, it was funny. It
And
was
having
very
it at the
funny.
planetarium was gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
when the drone or whatever pulled back and you see the whole canyon or whole whatever.
Where was that at?
In LA, the planetarium, I'm not sure what it's called, but something planetarium.
was it Griffith Observatory?
Yes, observatory.
Ah,
yeah.
there we go.
Yes,
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was
it was
just
great.
it was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. What did you do this weekend, Bailey?
Things that I can talk about on here? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, we're kind of PG now. We're
Yeah.
not so G. We can be more PG.
Yeah, we
Sometimes we even every once in a while it's explicit.
I had several adult beverages.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I bought a new TV. I mean, very mundane, like adult things where I was like, oh, it's probably time to upgrade the TV.
Well, it's
been a
Black
while.
Friday specials are already coming out.
Yeah, I actually got a Black Friday special, and I was like, but it's not even after Thanksgiving. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, prices are good now.
They can't. They just the internet seriously has just jacked up everything because you can't keep anything a secret. Embargo, that word is like out the door.
Right.
That used to be on every announcement. We'd have like concerts or sales or events or whatever.
Right.
It's like embargo this until November blah. And it's like, you can't.
Right.
Why even try? And the same way with specials like Black Friday, it doesn't make any sense when you have Cyber Monday, which even that doesn't make any sense.
Because you bought your TV on Saturday or whatever. It's like so Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I bought my TV on a Saturday well before Thanksgiving. It's like, is this just Black Month?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
is this what is
I
this?
think it is.
Well, and then at Costco, it's like I love Costco, but on the other hand, it's like I don't know how they make money because if you after 60 days after you buy something, if the price adjusts at all, they'll give you a refund. So you can buy whatever you want now. And if it's a huge crazy Black Friday, you just call customer service and they credit your card back.
But you have to initiate it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
They're relying on people being lazy. which
That's
is
what they're
smart.
hoping.
Yeah.
They're hoping most people won't even notice. They won't even care.
And that probably the vast majority of people do.
Exactly right.
Not
you,
notice.
but
No, well, not me, I do. My wife doesn't. She knows all that stuff. I wouldn't.
He's just
notice.
trolling like Costco sales. Like, I bought that last week for $11. Excuse me.
excuse me, customer service. Can I have a word, please? Yeah. So it does. I wonder, do you still do, or did you ever do the Black Friday thing?
I'm not a big Black Friday person. My family would do Christmas shopping over Thanksgiving weekend, and that was a nightmare. Like, and that was like not the doorbuster type sales. It was just like, let's go on Saturday and like get a bunch of stuff.
Like
and
have
I'm like,
lunch and no.
it was terrible because like people were like getting in fights over stuff and like shoving you into different rooms, and I'm like, I don't enjoy this. I just want to sit at home,
Yeah.
watch some football.
Right.
It's true. I mean, I can't imagine. I know there are still people that map out their plan because there's
That
still
was crazy.
The stores probably still try because it's in their best interest to get you in the doors because of those impulse buys. So they're hoping to bring you into the brick and mortar. But honestly, I'm just as impulsive on Amazon. As
Almost
I am
probably
in
more so because
probably
you're
more.
drunk. Because you're hammered 90% of the time on Amazon, so you're more impulsive.
Honestly, if they really wanted to get me, like, put me in another lockdown because I was buying stuff just
Oh my
to feel
God.
something. Like, right? Seriously, I was like,
Just to feel
I
something.
was like, well, I can't leave my home, but you know what I can do is buy things I don't need.
The worst thing they added too was the buy now button on Amazon.
God.
Like you can't even put it in your cart and think about it for a minute. It's the buy now. It's you're done.
Even Domino's did that, where they're like, you want to repeat your order? And it's like, yes, I do. Do I need to? I've eaten Domino's 3 times today.
Oh, I love that. The dot. all of a sudden she'll pipe up and go, I've noticed according to your shopping habits that you haven't purchased a blah, blah, blah lately. And it's like, do you want me to put that in your cart?
They're thirsty for
Yes,
it. They're so thirsty.
Yes, put it in my cart.
Does
Then
she do
she'll
the same
say,
thing? Like, I've noticed you bought vodka every day for the last month. Should I call your mother?
no,
Do you need help?
Do you need a mental health resource?
It's hilarious because then I'll be like, okay, yeah, put it in the cart. She says, when you want to buy it, just say, check my cart. You know, that I'm like, okay, thanks. And she goes, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That was the new one. I'm like,
Enabler.
she's got new responses every time too when you say thanks, which I say thanks now because it's just fun to see what she says back, but it's kind of creepy. That's what I'm here for.
She's going to take over. She's using your
has
shopping
taken
habits to
over.
know your weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed you haven't bought blah, blah, blah lately. Is it time? Do you want me to add that to your cart? Yes.
Don't say anything.
Don't say that out loud. But my goodness, yeah. Oh, and another thing that's back, IMDb TV, which I've never watched it until this weekend. They have Judge Judy.
Oh, yeah.
She's back every Monday. She has new episodes, and it's called Justice.
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 So,
Judy,
I
or
don't-
Judy Justice or
I thought
Justice
she
Judy.
retired.
Apparently.
She's killing
When
it.
you can work an hour a week and make $70 million, I don't think you ever retire.
And judging people's decisions.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I
Sign
mean, you
me
guys do
up.
that for free every day.
Yeah, I should be paying people. Like, excuse me, come here. Let me judge you.
Let me
and pay
judge you.
Judge you. You want to be judged? Come here. Yeah, she's got her show back, and I noticed it wasn't Justice with Judge Judy like it used to be. It's just Judy Justice or something. I don't know.
That sounds like a terrible superhero.
It does.
Judy Justice.
Judy Justice is
Yeah.
here.
She's here to tell you your gardening is bad.
But yeah, she's just as snarky as ever. So anyway, she's back. So that was another thing that I saw this weekend.
T Swizz is back. Taylor's
She's always
version of
here in
yeah.
this girl's heart.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what happened this weekend? What all went on? Because I know she was in the headlines, and I'm like, I've never been, and because I'm not going to all of a sudden jump on the bandwagon. I've never been like
A
T
Swiftie?
Swift crazy. No, you were.
Were
R.
M asterisk M.
And,
Currently.
Yeah.
again, that explains the logarithm, the algorithms on his
Yeah, just teen
TikTok.
girls.
My brother is too.
Oy.
When T Swizz was in Arrowhead a couple years ago, got my niece Addison 4 tickets for her
cover.
birthday. Yeah.
For cover.
Well, and my brother, like he knew that it was coming, but when she opened the tickets, he actually got emotional. He got so excited. Like, yeah, when they went down, he got like he goes, I was screaming like an 11-year-old when she was singing 22. I'm like, okay.
It's a banger.
It is a banger. She's awesome. She's great.
She's so what happened was she re-released Red because she's trying to stick it to Scooter Braun for being a jerk about her masters.
Okay.
And so she re-released it, the Taylor's version. So she actually did this with a different album previously. And so this is her next one that she re-recorded, and it's so great. She's got a couple songs from the vault. She's got a really great one with like Chris Stapleton. But the big one that everyone's talking about is All Too Well. It's a 10-minute version. She also made a short film to go along with it, starring, is it Dylan O'Brien and Sadie Sink, I think. And they're acting out basically the song in the video. And then she was on SNL performing it. So
Okay.
she's just dominating this
But
weekend.
she's basically taking a jab at Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this is, and she's blaming this on the age gap, the reason why they broke up. She's saying it's the age gap.
Makes
age
sense.
Gap.
She was like, what, 18?
I think there's
She was
10-year
so
difference. So he's 40 now. So she's 30. Jesus,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift finally 30 ish.
She's
But yeah,
forever 22.
he would have been 30 and she was 20 ish.
That's a huge gap.
And that's different than
It's a
30
bigger-
and 40.
Yeah, 100%.
So for her to go, I got to say, she wouldn't have a song if she didn't date people and it failed.
Right. Well, hey, whatever your
She'd
muse
never have
is.
an album.
But then also some of these songs, I believe, are songs that she also wrote that other people performed. Like, hold on. Let me get on my playlist. It was.
Is it ready to go?
I do. I was listening to it this morning on the way in. I'm not, like,
Oh my
no,
God.
no front. No front here.
Oh my God.
Babe, which was, I think, that she wrote it, but then it was it Sugarland, I think, that did Babe? And
I
then,
don't listen to them either. So.
And then Better Man, I think, is another, not the Pearl Jam version, but the, I think it is also either Sugarland or somebody. Anyway, yeah, so these other songs on here, Taylor's versions, are songs that she wrote or co-wrote, and now she's performing them too.
Oh.
So it sounds good. Yeah.
It's so interesting listening to like the old version and then the new
Is
version
this so
too.
she can, because she doesn't own the original versions.
Right. Yeah.
That's why she's doing all this.
So all the Swifties are just pushing the other ones
What
aside
a
and using
brilliant
these new ones.
strategy.
It really is.
Just like, Yeah, okay. I can't use those. Guess what? I'm re-recording
It's
it.
genius.
Yeah. Stop me.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's turning everybody against Scooter Braun, whatever, and the old versions. So, and you know, her fans are like Beyonce, the Beehive. Like, they are just aggressive and they'll do whatever she says.
Swifties.
Yeah.
Swifties unite.
Swifties attack. This is what it ends up being, right? That's crazy. Wow. All right. Well, I'll have to pay attention to that because I know we have some super Swiftie fans.
We do.
In the building.
We have an
Just
intern,
Pat.
an intern who's going to be on Wednesday's episode. Who She's like gets extremely emotional, like loves Taylor Swift so much, and I'm the old cynic person that wants to like. I wanted to say we have Taylor Swift on our podcast and find some guy named Taylor Swift and just interview him, but I don't want to break her heart.
Is that like the Toyota? Remember when someone thought they were going to get the Toyota car
and it was
an actual
Toyota. Yes. Yeah.
That'd be so mean.
But I don't want to break her
You're
heart.
going to meet Taylor Swift, and it's just like some dude
named Taylor.
Taylor
Swift. Taylor W. Swift.
Speaking of the Taylors, did you see Taylor Lautner of Twilight fame proposed to his longtime girlfriend, whose name is also Taylor, which means they're both going to be Taylor Lautner.
Oh my God.
Ooh, that's kind of. I wonder how often that happens.
That my cousin Chris, and that's the one that was the model that he used to work for the pill. Anyway, we don't have that sound effect anymore. That's sad.
The boing?
But, yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, but Chris, his wife's name is Chris. So it's Chris and Chris. And then I think that's not it.
Poorly timed.
There you go. This is more appropriate, probably.
That's just before the pill.
Oh, no, it's this. Yay! And then
the little blue pill. Yeah.
Anyway. Or no, it's more like this. Oh, sad.
I love these sound effects.
Me too. I just find all these.
But that one, names like that, that's fun when things like that happen because our friend Scott Rose, when he got married, his wife's name is Rosie.
So
Rosie
she's
Rose.
Rosie Rose? Mm-hmm. I mean,
isn't that
adorable?
It's kind of
great.
It's kind of adorable. It really is.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is people that he knows and know her. I was talking to a couple of them about a week ago. They hadn't made that connection.
They just didn't think about it?
They
Really?
just didn't think about it. He was Scott, she's Rosie. Or Ro.
Ro. Yeah.
And so they never realized, oh my God, you're Rosie Rose.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like the, hello, I'm Mrs. Julia Gulia, right? From Wedding Singer.
That's when you have to ask, is that a deal breaker? Is
Always-
that a deal breaker?
If you're getting married, y'all, make sure you check your name with your future partner's last name. Make sure it doesn't sound crazy.
My wife and I had this conversation before in the past, and I'm like, what would have some last names have been that you wouldn't have even gone on a first date? She's like, she had no hesitation. Seaman, Woodcock. There was another one that Seaman, Woodcock, and something else. And there's like a third one. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Wouldn't do it.
Boner would probably be one of them.
Boner would be pretty great.
I knew some good boners though growing
Yeah,
up.
right?
One was my principal, so I have an
Wait,
affinity
what?
for the last
Right?
name Boner. Yeah, his
Yeah.
name was Ron Boner. Great,
Mr. Boner.
But no one in the school ever said anything because it was just Mr. Boner, and I didn't even realize till I was out of school
That his name was
oh my
Mr.
God, his
Boner.
last name was Boner, like legit Boner, and he had daughters and they were boners, and nobody ever said anything about
a bunch
it.
of boners.
Right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and he's was such a great principal and a great dude, and it's like what.
Didn't even think about it.
Didn't even think about it.
But I know family too. The last name Seaman. Don't even think about it. And the only Woodcock I know is the one that was in the movie, Mr. Woodcock.
Mr. Woodcock.
Yeah.
I haven't met and run into many Woodcocks.
I haven't met any Woodcocks. Just
And that's going to be to the title of today's podcast. I haven't met any Woodcocks.
You're welcome.
It only took 23 minutes and 23 seconds to get our title.
That's how we roll. That's basically how we do the show. We roll until we hit the title. Mm-hmm. Then we're good.
Makes sense.
Right?
Great strategy. I love it.
Awesome.
Hey, Els, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back in Omaha. Yeah. You here all week?
All week.
Oh,
Sweet.
my God.
Lucky us.
Try the roast beef.
That's right. It was very restaurant-y, wasn't it?
Oh, wow.
Or stand-up comic-y. All right, so you can get to us. It's Pat and JT on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or 402-403-9478. Text us. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.